Hey guys, Average Scarecrow here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Merry Christmas to everybody. It is the day after Christmas as I'm recording this video, and I finally finished up the Yukimasa Demon of Ice fusion event. So it's wrapping up here in the next week or so. I'm going to start prepping for the what I imagine will be relatively quick path event or something like that to get this guy's perfect soul. I think I am going to try to get as many levels of the awakening as I can. But before we get into this guy's kit and build and things like that, I wanted to know, first off, what did you guys get for Christmas this year? I still get gifts as an adult. My parents, they're real big on presents. And basically every year my parents get me, well, for the past few years, they've gotten me a replica sword from the Lord of the Rings movies. I'm a big Tolkien guy. I've read all the books multiple times, seen all the movies. I own a bunch of, replica swords and little, knickknacks and things like that. So it's actually hanging up behind me. Let me actually grab it real quick. So they got me, this is Andoril, the Flame of the West. It's Aragorn's sword from the books and movies. It used to be Narsil, which was Elendil's sword, Elendil the Tall, before he was killed by Sauron and the sword was broken. It's later reforged by Elrond and his smiths and given to Aragorn as he prepares to take on the role of the King of Gondor and to reestablish the kingdom of Arnor after the fall of Sauron. So this is a museum grade replica, so it's made out of an actual carbon steel. So technically it's usable. So I'm gonna put this up real quick. Okay, so yeah, that's what I got for Christmas this year. I got a couple smaller items from my siblings, and then every year we do a secret sibling. My sister got me a new pair of work boots that I'm really excited about. They're very nice. I'm very blessed to be part of a very big Catholic family. We take Christmas, both parts, the religious part and the consumerist part, very seriously. So a lot of fun. Anyway, I've already been rambling for 6 minutes. Let me know what you guys got for Christmas. I hope you had a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a Happy New Year. So, Yukimasa, Demon of Ice. This guy's a Force Affinity, legendary attack-based champion for the Shadowkin faction. You can see here I've got the build already going for you, but let's go ahead and go to the skills section. Let's start with the A1 here. Actually, before we do, early reviews of this guy are very good. I would call him probably like an A tier champion, maybe A minus tier champion. He's got cool champion lore, check it out, and he looks amazing. Again, the art department just kind of knocked it out of the park. The ice sword, the ice antlers. He looks kind of like one of the Game of Thrones, what are those guys called? The Night King's lieutenants, just a little more like, he's got the mask, which is really cool. So Yukimasa, Demon of Ice. On the A1, Winnowing Winter attacks all enemies with a 25 books up to 40% chance of placing block active skills, which can't be resisted if there is at least one enemy under a crowd control debuff, and instantly activates the skill whenever this champion skips a turn because of a crowd control debuff. It's based on attack. That's a strong A1 for the arena, especially block active skills is good against mythical champions, but anyone really. And there's a lot of crowd control in this game right now. So if he loses his turn, he's going to instantly go in and activate this ability. It's a strong counter to crowd control debuffs. On the A2, Blizzard of Strikes, it's an AoE that ignores block damage. Has a 100% chance when booked of placing freeze on all enemies for one turn, which can't be resisted if at least one enemy is under a crowd control debuff. And then revives a random ally with 50% HP and 50% turn meter if this skill did not kill an enemy. If it did kill an enemy, at least one enemy, it's an AoE revive with 50% HP and 50% turn meter. So kind of like an Odin-like ability, you know? Odin's got that big, hard-hitting enemy max HP hit that revives a single target ally if it kills an enemy. On this one, you're getting an AoE revive if you kill an enemy, or a single target revive if you're getting if you don't kill an enemy. So, utility in Faction Wars especially, that's why I picked this guy up. I need a better reviver for my Shadowkin faction. We'll see how he does there in a couple days when it opens up. On the A3, Stay in the Snows. This is on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. This is also on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. Attacks one enemy before attacking, steals all turn meter from the target, cannot be resisted if at least one enemy is under a crowd control debuff. Also equalizes the target's defense with this champion's defense for this attack, and the damage inflicted is increased by the amount of turn meter stolen. So if you have a high resistance enemy, you don't need to worry about it. If you can just crowd control one enemy, you'll get an irresistible turn meter steal. And then you'll also equalize their defense with this champion's defense, so you can target a really tanky, high resistance nuker, or a champion, and steal the turn meter. It's irresistible, and then equalize their defense with his defense. He's got low defense, so it's good. And then you can hit him really hard with this ability. So it's a powerful arena move. Very powerful arena move. On the passive, we've got Solitary Demon, fills this champion's turn meter by 50% whenever this champion skips a turn because of a stun, freeze, a crowd control debuff, right? Whenever this champion skips a turn because of one of those debuffs, the next active skill will ignore 50% of the target's defense. So either the A2 or the A3 will ignore 50% defense. He's got attack in arena battles by 33% as an aura, not bad. And then I don't have any blessings for him, but you want to go with probably the DPS ones, right? You could go Crushing Rend, you can go Nature's Wrath, you could go Heaven Cast, something like that. You could go Polymorph for the arena. If you're putting him in Stone Skin, you could use Lightning Cage. There's a lot of different options for this guy. As far as the masteries go, because he's got irresistible stuff, I didn't go support tree. I instead went with more of an arena-focused build. So we're going Deadly Precision with Keen Strike, and then we're going down here, we're picking up Ruthless Ambush, increases damage inflicted by 8% for the first hit on each enemy. Whirlwind of Death, we've got Cycle of Violence, we've got Opportunist, increases damage inflicted to targets with stun, any of the crowd control debuffs by 12%. I've got Killstreak, and then I finally got Helm Smasher for the Ignore Defense, Methodical for the AoE A1 damage. Cat's Gaze, we went Cat's Gaze on this guy. I don't have many Soul Stones, so I've got it 5-star, but I don't have it to level 15 yet. So we are missing out on an extra 2% damage, but we've got 26% crit damage, and we've got 16% Ignore Defense with the Cat's Gaze, potentially 18% when I get it to level 15. On the build, we're going 6-piece Merciless, 2-piece Slayer, and 1-piece Pinpoint. The Pinpoint is because it's a really good attack with a lot of speed banner on it, but we're primarily looking for crit damage, we're looking for attack percentage, we're looking for speed with attack percentage. You're just looking for a lot of attack. You actually don't want to go, in my opinion, with a lot of defense, because you're going to bring their defense down to his level when he attacks with his A3. So the lower... He's kind of like it's an interesting kind of champion because he's probably going to get one shot, but the A3, you want it to hit as hard as possible. So we're going to go into the arena. As far as relics go, sorry, I guess I could say Wand of Submission for arena, very good. I don't like Aspect of Siroth. I have 3 of them. I'm not a huge fan of it. You could go... maybe Scroll of the Unseen if you're pairing him with a Perfect Veil champion. Malefic Talon's a good option. There's a lot of good options for this guy. Mask of Disquiet to get a chance to instantly activate a turn if he gets sheeped when he comes back. Delay Death, maybe. Yeah, a lot of good options there. So let's head into the arena. We're going to run him with... Sure, let's just go down in order. We're going to run him with Odin for the stun and buff strip. We're going to run him with Yakarl, and we're going to run him with Donnie to reset. Excuse me. Now, Yakarl I have built in a low accuracy build because I want him to potentially boost our turn meter by 10% for each freeze blocked or resisted by the enemy team. So it's kind of like a hybrid. He'll freeze some of the lower resistance people, but he won't freeze the higher resistance people. So we'll place freeze on some people, but not on others, and we'll deplete some people's turn meter and then fill our own turn meter depending on who gets frozen and who doesn't. So it's a really interesting build. So we can go right in here, and he actually freezes everybody, so really low resistance team. We'll place drop defense, and then let's slow it down. We can steal Arbiter's turn meter. Boom, 232,000 damage, and that's with a freeze debuff up, so we're getting a 25% damage mitigation there. Because we have stolen turn meter, we're already back around to our ability. We can go in with the A2. Boom, 202,000. So he hits really hard. He hits really hard on these abilities. Here we go. Let's try another one. So we get resisted there. That gives us a 10% turn meter boost. And then, just too slow. Just too slow. So we can go in here. Actually, you know what? Let's just AoE. Boom. She gets revived. That's fine. And then we can go in, steal all of her turn meter. 142,000. Not too shabby. We're not running increase attack, so keep that in mind. We could buff up his damage a little bit more if we had increase attack. Look at that, a 30% turn meter fill. Really nice. And then look at this. So we've got 100% turn meter here. So let's slow it down. 310,000. And then we get, look at that. It's almost like an instant turn activation. We can go right back in, finish everybody off. It's a powerful opening move in the arena. Here we go, a Ninja Turtle team with high resistance. I don't know. A lot of stone skin, so we're going to get a turn meter boost. And then we unfortunately don't strip any buffs. Let's take down the Pythian. Boom, 261,000. Oh, I should have... we're going to have to be careful here. Let's just A1 for now. Oof. Okay. You have to be careful of the Ninja Turtles. We've got block damage up. Let's do this. Let's fill up the turn meter. Let's see if we can strip these stone skins. Okay, perfect. Now, there's the stone skin. I don't know. I guess let's just try it out. Kind of rip through the stone skin. Now he's going to get that big hitter. No, he's not. Okay. The Ninja Turtles, man, they're tough to beat. 101,000 on the A1. Not bad. We took him down. Let's go. Here we go. This is a really tanky team, right? Fast, tanky, with a lot of damage. They've got some stone skin. Oh, and they beat me. That's a fast arbiter, man. So we get a little turn meter boost. Oof. And then we get obliterated. Oh, yeah. So we need to try and revive here. That's unfortunate. So we're not going to win that one. The power of stone skin. The power of stone skin. Let's try. Let's refresh. I'm trying to find. I want to show you the. Oh, here we go. This is perfect. He's gonna ignore block damage, right? So a really good counter to Naimi teams. Let's go in here. We strip them, but we can go in here. Who's got the most turn meter? You, actually. Boom. There's the block damage. Oh no, block damage. Boom. Doesn't matter. You ignore the block damage. Yeah, really great. A really good counter to Naimi. Not or Knave, I think is how you pronounce her name. Really good counter. So, sure, why not? The Ninja Turtles are extremely powerful in the arena when you have all 4 of them like this. So, yeah, see, debuff blocked. Let's actually just try to kill as many of them as we can. That's fine, because then we can go in here. Yeah. Leo, man, Leo is just busted powerful, man. He's just so good. Let's refresh again. Sure, Fabian. Fabian teams are, he's going to place a lot of fears, a lot of true fears. So we actually do kind of want, boom, turn meter steal. He's going to come out. Increase the cooldown. Okay, we take him out, though. Oh, no, and then we weak hit. Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, it's hard to show in one video, Like, you do want... I was playtesting him a little bit, and it doesn't come up often, the, like, counterattack and the losing a turn, especially if you're on a fast team like this, where you can kind of just... Let's steal your turn meter. Boom, look at that, 196,000. Without increased attack, it's really powerful. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Sometimes you go a lot of fights like this where you just don't encounter getting CC'd a lot. And because of that, you don't really get to see his passive in action. But even as just a nuker, he's very, very good. We can go back in here. Boom, turn meter steal, smack 285,000. And then, oh, look at that. We reset because of the Merciless. Let's go back in, steal, boom, 285,000. Smack, there it is again, 80,000. Yeah, it's really... I mean, when he gets going, it's a lot of fun. We can do this. And then just a 1, boom, 52. Yeah, I mean... It's not something like all the mechanics of like I was saying, the mechanics of like, oh, if you lose a turn because of a crowd control debuff, this will happen. Unfortunate that we got polymorphed there. But you can see here, yeah, now we're just going to lose. So, polymorph, gotta love it. Let's try that again. Maybe we don't get polymorphed this time. Okay, this is actually okay. So we got wanded, but now we can go back in. He's under stun, so it's irresistible. We're guaranteed a turn meter steal here. Let's slow it down and see how much damage we can do against this Siffy. Boom, 299,000 damage is just incredible. Let's actually reset real quick. And then we can go back in, steal... Oh, we didn't steal his turn meter because no one was under a CC debuff, so that's kind of unfortunate. But now we can get polymorphed again. Love that. That's good. And so we're going to lose again, unfortunately. But you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Really, the only reason we're losing against this team is because of the polymorph. If I would just stop getting unlucky with the polymorph and the Wand of Submissions, it's obviously a cakewalk. See, like that. So let's go in here, steal the turn meter. Boom. 330,000. And we've got a full turn meter again. Let's take... Nope. We weak hit. Smack. There it is. We get frozen. Wanded again. Let me see here. Now we've got the fear up. So Oh, so we lost the turn and then instantly activated the A1 and finished him off. So there you go. There you kind of see how useful it can be in the arena. That was a good one. I knew we were going to get one of them. That was a tough team. The polymorph, the wands. It was a fast team, but we got there. So here's a Tormund team. Sure, that's fine. So we'll get frozen a lot here. I guess maybe not. Let's steal your turn meter. Boom, 253,000. What about this? Boom, 79. Yeah, not bad. I kind of want him to get... Of course, now he's not going to get frozen. Love that. Boom. Come on. Oh, now Tormund's not going to activate his passive at all, right? Now it's not going to activate? Unbelievable. You know how many times I get frozen from Tormund all the time? Okay, that's fine. Look at that. 221,000. And these are defensive base champions that were going in and we're dishing out a ton of damage because of that passive ability. Look at this team. I don't even think we're going to go first here, but let's just try it out. What a fast team. So we can get a turn meter boost here, 40% turn meter boost. That pushes us ahead. Boom, we get the stun. Let's go ahead and why don't we steal your turn meter? Smack, 370,000 damage. We're going to probably cut ahead, I think. There's another turn meter boost. Now we can steal your turn meter. Boom, 377,000 damage. Boom. I mean, that's pretty hard. That's some hard hits he's got going on right there. Almost 400k. And you saw there all the awakenings, all that stuff. Totally worthless against his A3. All those stat bonuses they get, totally worthless against his A3. Come on. Because he's equalizing, right? There you go. Counterattacks. He's equalizing the defense, so it doesn't even matter. We lost a turn again there. But now we're unfortunately going to get Wukonged. Maybe not. Might be able to... No, weak hit. Okay. Okay, I think we'll be okay. Let's do this. Steal that buff. Boom. Smack 138,000. Yeah, all the stat bonuses mean absolutely nothing. Yeah, this guy is... He's really good, man. And I don't even have him with an awakening yet. He's very powerful. Very powerful. Let's go ahead and steal your turn meter. Boom. 390,000 damage on that A3, man. Holy moly. I mean, it's a guaranteed kill pretty much every time unless he weak hits. You know, all these tanky teams, right? Let's find a tanky team. Not really a whole lot. Here's kind of a tanky team, right? Bunch of resistance, Mithrala, high resist, defensive base champions. Wanded. Here we go. Someone's under a CC debuff, so it's an irresistible turn meter steal. 189,000. Boom. Give us another turn. Smack. Couple more people dead. Oh, I shouldn't have cleansed him there. It doesn't matter. We're going to win anyway. Let's go up against, I think probably to wrap it up, let's try this team. So they've got the new duo here. They've got Hilvi and they've got Tormund. Tormund is going to freeze us. She's going to place HP burn on us. There it is. There's the freeze and the HP burn. But he should instantly activate his A1 there. Boom. So he can serve as a counter to people like Tormund, right? Tormund, kind of a big issue in this game for a lot of people. He gets frozen again, but because he's frozen, he's going to go in and instantly activate his A1. Boom. There's a couple more hits. Let's go here. Let's take you out real quick. And then we can finish him off. Oh, he gets frozen. Oh, now that's interesting. So we took a turn and then got frozen. And so it didn't activate because it was after the turn. So we would have had to have waited. We would have to wait until the next turn for that freeze to proc. So we attack. No, that doesn't make sense, because why wouldn't we have attacked and then gotten frozen? We got frozen. Maybe it's because I triggered the ability. So what happened was I tried to use the A3, but before he attacked, he got frozen. But wouldn't that count as missing a turn? And so wouldn't it have activated the A1 ability again? I don't know. Maybe because I already took a turn, technically, that counted as my turn, and then I was frozen. And so I would have to wait until I get my turn meter back, and then the freeze procs again, and then I get the A1. But yeah, I mean, listen, this guy is extremely powerful in the arena. We didn't even get to the PvE side of things. I think I'm going to make a separate video testing him out in Faction Wars specifically. So Faction Wars for Shadowkin unlocks in about 4 or 5 days, and we'll try him out in Faction Wars then. I really wanted to focus on the arena because that's where I think this guy was really meant to be played. However, you didn't even get to see his revive mechanic because we were killing everybody so fast. But you kind of see what I mean, how I said that if he gets hit, he dies. I mean, there's really nothing that can be done about it. Unless you have like a block damage or an ally protect. But pretty much every time he got hit, he was dead, no matter what. So he's a squishy kind of, you really need to go first, or you need to provide a lot of protection for him. Maybe stone skin, maybe a bolster set, something that's going to absorb some of that damage, especially if you're not going first. But overall, in the arena, I'm extremely happy with this guy. I think he's a beast. We were hitting for almost almost 400,000 damage against like 6-star awakened Sithies and stuff. I don't know if that's exactly who it was, but you know what I mean. Really tanky champions were going in there and were just like eviscerating them. It's really, really fun. So I'm having a lot of fun with this guy. Let me know what you think. I know a lot of people will wait typically. And that would be my advice. I would actually wait. No, you actually can't wait because it's a fusion. My bad. So I would pull him pretty much as soon as you get him, unless there's a clan versus clan coming up, which there might be. If there's a clan versus a clan coming up, maybe wait if you can to pull him then. You can get yourself a whole bunch of points. But if you have pulled him, if you have built him, let me know what you think. How would you rate this guy? Like I said, I would rate him probably like an A-. I think he's really, really good. So I'm out of here, guys. Again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Let me know what you got for Christmas. What was your favorite gift? What was your favorite part of Christmas? Let me know. I'd love to hear you guys' stories. I love hearing about that stuff because I think we need more of that kind of stuff in the world as opposed to what we're getting, which is just a lot of negativity. So leave something positive in the comments, a positive experience you had this Christmas, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.